So all I'm saying is that the last 150 feet.
The lasso is as long as it needs to be narratively.
Well, they can grab on the planes and lightning. And she can fly, too. Oh,
thin air.
When you're Superman when you need him.
I'm sorry, Jade. You were saying?
He's busy.
You know what? It's all right. I know how to handle that. It's all right. Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
The League of Excellent, Extraordinary Negroes. They acted like it today. And we're going to be talking about Star Trek Discovery and The Expanse, Season 5, Episode 2 of The Expanse, and just number 2. Today, we have a special guest. I'll introduce him first. I don't know what his name says, but his name is Alex.
It says down with the Inalodas. You got to watch The Expanse to understand what that means.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Is that how that's spelled?
Is that how it's spelled?
That's it.
Glad
That's
those Belter Ebonics.
Hey, hey, y'all laughing, but Belter is a derivation of Creole. It's Creole.
Oh.
All right, so I'm Jade. Mick,
that's your cue.
Oh, I'm Mick. Boss man, I'm Mick.
Scott.
What did Alex say something?
Oh, yeah,
I introduced him already.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Then I'm Scott.
Happens.
Every week with me.
I'm the guest, man. I'm the guest.
Right.
Yeah, Marcus. Let's get this over with. Let's go.
Let's get it over with.
Oh my God. So first, we're going to talk about
Yes. There we go.
Season 5, Episode 2. So what they've done is they first gave us the first 3 episodes. And I guess that was like, okay, y'all just be quiet. And then now they're going to just parcel them out so that there's one new episode every week, which I appreciate.
I appreciate
that.
I appreciate it.
Because it's probably just too much. Right now. It would probably be too much if they just put it all out there and then you didn't really have time to digest because there's so much.
They did that last season. They did that. They made that mistake last season. They put the entire season out at one time last time. So
too much.
Yeah.
So we start with Kamina Drummer, and she is on her ship. Did she not know that Ashford was? And there's going to be spoilers, so you know that if you're watching. Did she not know that Ashford was dead? How did he die?
He got thrown out. He got thrown out the airlock.
Ashford was killed by Marcos in the season 3.
Yeah,
he was killed by Marcos, and I don't think that they knew.
Season 4.
Season 4.
Yeah.
And they didn't know. They didn't really know that Ashford was dead because he was on a mission, on a kind of top secret mission to go find Marcos and Aros.
Right.
And he was never seen or heard from until they found the ship in episode 2.
So in this episode, is this the only time that we see Kamina Drummer?
Yeah. This is the first time we've seen her.
Well, is that the only time that we see her? Because I think her story actually comes in the 3rd episode.
Part of her story comes in the 3rd episode. I think you get to see how close, or you get to see in episodes 2 and 3, and I know we're talking about episode 2, but you get to see how much she really cared for Ashford and how she looked up for Ashford.
Yeah.
You know, he
was family. He was family.
Right.
Yeah, she's really,
but that's 3. So
Camino.
Really, only in 2 do we just get her with this new crew and this piece of information about a ship. And are we gonna run a thing on this ship? She recognizes the ship as being Ashford's ship. And I feel like that's the only thing that happened with her that episode.
Yeah, because
I have to go back and look.
yeah, I think the majority of that episode was really less geared around Kamina and Ashford as it was more about what was happening, with Chris and all the stuff that was happening back at the belt. So
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the majority of the episode
was Tim.
Oh, Timmy.
Timothy.
God
Timothy.
dang, Tim.
Timmy.
He scared the brother. The brother said, "Hold up, you gonna just beat me? You gonna beat me? You gonna beat me?" Tim crazy.
And it was really funny because to find that out now that Amos isn't even
He ain't Amos.
It ain't Amos.
But what was so cool, what they said about him, he was used up by the Johns until he wasn't able to be useful to the Johns, and then they made him muscle. I'm like, oh my God, that boy had a bad life, man.
I'm telling you.
Bad life.
I'm telling you.
I feel like there were pieces of that we got in prior seasons that he was prostituted as a child.
Yeah.
But
yeah, bits and pieces, I think.
But just really bits and pieces. But they just threw a bunch of other stuff in there this time.
Was that him and his mama that he kept seeing on the side over there?
No, that wasn't his mom. That was like a lady that took care of him, I think.
Oh, that was him
was
remembering Lydia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the funniest part with Amos or Timothy, whatever you want to. I'm gonna just keep calling him Amos because he seemed like Amos to me now.
He's Amos.
But the coolest part was when he got onto the ship, comes down there to take some rest. He tells them other guys to shut up, and then them guys come in and try and rob him. Then when he gets to the moon, he's like, "Look, they started it, and when I left, they were still alive." I was like, "That's my boy right there. That's my boy."
But it's so cool because like when he was in the apartment with the guy who was with his the person that cared for him, he said, "Well, I gotta move." He said, "Why you gotta move?" He said, "Well, Eric said he wants to sell a place." He said, "Nah, stop packing." I'm like, "Oh shoot, here we go." He said, "Nah." He said, stop packing." I was like, "Oh, here we go." And then how he delivered that message to Eric was something serious.
So we
was like, "Why you hitting me? Stop hitting me!
Stop hitting me!
Don't hit me no more! Again!"
I know we talked about Baltimore, and were we on the air when we were talking about Baltimore? I don't even remember anymore. But when you first come in and it says Baltimore, and you're looking at the landscape, that's just Baltimore. They just put what do you call them?
Metro, the Metro. What is that? The monorails?
No, well, there were some of those, but the solar panels. They just put solar panels on those high rises, and that was Baltimore. I appreciate.
But you can see people were leaving. People were getting out of there. People were getting out of there big time.
But I think that's the part of this story about The Expanse that I really love is that they're not scared to tackle. Right? Is that even today people look at Baltimore in that vein, as if that's Baltimore. Baltimore is just giant slum, and if you're not from Baltimore. No, that's what I'm saying. But that's
green spaces.
Right. That's the view that people get because there's folks that are not from Baltimore, never been to Baltimore, and that's what they think it is until they go there and they see what it's really like. So I think it was just a great storytelling of of Baltimore, and even though parts of it are rough, it's still a beautiful city. So
it's so true. It has such
I was thinking, they were just telling the story of all of the Earth. Earth is dying. People getting on out of there. People just getting on out.
I did.
People out.
I laughed at the drone police.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The little drone police.
Some things obviously don't change in Baltimore. The drone police.
Mm-hmm.
So we find. Do you want to just continue to talk about Amos and his story in this episode and just keep it all together?
Yeah.
So he goes to Lydia's house. We find out that this woman They were in the same world, underworld, whatever she was doing. We don't know necessarily what she was doing, but she took care of him. And she dies. So we realize that that's why he's there, is because she has died. And he meets the man that was her husband. I guess we're going to call him the husband.
The husband.
And the switch that he makes, I love Amos as a character because we have seen him grow. He starts off with, "Were you good to her?" and "You're afraid for this for this man."
It was like when he showed up at the door, he was like, "I don't know who you are," and then when he put his hand on the door, he was like, "Oh, Timothy." I know who you are now.
Oh, that's Timothy.
This
Like, it's only him.
She was
It's only
waiting for
him.
you, man. She was waiting for you. Oh, okay.
Yo, so and I actually was asked that question from my coworker. I think I was telling y'all before we started. He just started to get into the Expanse. I think he's through part of season 2 now, so he's like making a good time right now. But he asked me, he's like, "Man, is there something like physically wrong with? Did they do something to Amos, man? Because he like kills people and he really don't care." I'm like, "No, I think that's just the way that dude is, man. He's just that way. He's just that way, you know, because of the life that he led." But when you start to see in episode 2, you know, the things that he grew up with and the things he had to go through, you start to understand why he can turn that stuff off like he can.
Yeah.
You know, so
Scott and Marcus, who is Timmy / Amos? What have you seen?
That man is damaged goods.
Extra
I want him on my side. What do I need to do to appease you? How can I get you to ignore me? No, I love Amos as a character, but yeah, he's dangerous.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he's dangerous, but
Well,
I like that we have seen him go from that point to the really quick turnaround when he saw the pain on this man's face, and he was like, and he stuttered. I was like, I've never seen him stutter like that before. He said, T sounds good. I was like, whoa.
well, and the one thing about Amos that he's always been, that I've always liked about his character, is that if he cares for you, then he'll do anything for you. Because he was very protective of Naomi from the first season all the way up, and he's grown like that with the rest of the crew. And so that's the one thing that I love about the character, is that, you know, if you cross him and his, then that might be the last time you cross something. And that's what I love about his character.
Yeah. So when the guy told him, you know, she died of, you know, a sleep aneurysm, you know, he thought he was gonna get beat down at that point, you know, but you know, when he started crying and said that, you know, what I'm gonna do without her, you know, he kind of flipped and said, okay, he might be okay, he might be cool.
Now, I did love the part where he goes to tell the guys, like, look, there's a guy living there, and he's gonna
Not
keep
there
living
yet.
there.
No, not there yet. You're not there yet.
Not there yet.
My bad.
Let's get there.
Yeah, let's get there. Let's get there.
So we're still talking about Amos / Timmy. And we learn about Eric.
Eric.
So who do you think Eric is to Timmy?
That was the question I had.
Me too.
Because even though he was calling him brother, I don't know if he's truly a brother.
You're too far. You went too far. You went too far.
We're talking about Eric, right?
We're talking about Eric.
Yeah.
But at first, right now, we don't know if he might be an old pimp, old gangster.
We don't know
right now. We don't know what he is right now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what's going on with this guy? I don't know who this dude is.
We don't know what he is right now. We don't know.
Yeah.
But he told homeboy, he said, well, you need to stop packing, because he said, I'm packing because I gotta go because Eric wanted back. He said, no, stop packing. I said, see, Amos gonna go kill up about 100 people on Earth right now.
Dude, the name brings much respect.
Yes.
The Dame Beach must respect.
So
Sweep
who
beats that guy and tells him.
He goes outside
Tell
to
Eric.
the corner.
Tell Eric. Amos wants to see him. And he's like, Amos.
And then Homer said,
all right.
I got my gun. And Amos said, yep, okay.
Boo! Why you beating me? Why you beating me? Don't beat me no more.
Dude, I fight aliens. I don't care about you. I'm fighting aliens, dude. What? Really?
And just think, Amos was like that before all of the proto-molecule and all that kind of stuff. Now all the stuff he done seen, he just like, I gives two.
He said, tell Eric I want to see him.
I need a friend who will take a message to Eric for me. Do you want to be my friend?
He was asking her, do you want to keep living?
Yes. And then Homer walked up and said, you gonna die. He said, I thought you were gonna be my friend, man.
Do you want to live? If you want to live, say yes.
So, Scott and Marcus, do you want to add anything before we get into the Eric relationship of Amos /
I
Timmy?
never want to be in a place where all I can say is, please stop hitting me.
Please stop hitting me.
So obviously Eric commands a lot of respect and is feared.
Yeah.
He has a lot of control over people. If everyone that Timmy encounters that is involved with Eric, he's gonna kill you. Oh, are you looking for a way out? I mean, everyone has a fear of him. What were your impressions when you saw him?
This is the future. Why don't he get his hand fixed? Get his hand fixed. What's up with that?
That was kind of surprising to me. This big time, dude is a guy.
He's a gangster. He's a
all
gangster.
Right. He has got this shriveled up arm and and no hand and stuff. It's like, where does this come from?
But the thing was, Eric was scared of Amos. He was like, "Oh shoot, what he doing here?"
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
See, y'all focusing on the arm. I'm just focusing on all this stuff he's got that he's got no use for.
Mm-hmm.
What's he gonna do with the pool table? Who's he inviting up to play billiards? I mean, like, he's running the whole trade in the whole city where Amos cares about stuff, and he just got a luxury loft.
And he seriously thinks that Amos is coming back to kill him.
Uh-huh.
And taking stuff
and testing him by leaving the gun there while he go get something to drink. And Amos said, "Dude, come on, man. Why are you testing me, man? I just let the man live there. That's all I want. Just let the dude stay there. That's it."
Yeah.
So who do you think this Amos is?
Well, at the end where they were talking, he said, "I love you, brother, but don't come back here because if you do, I'll have to kill you."
The real Amos, because we got clues in season 4 of who the real Amos Burton was.
I wonder if he was another kind of a kingpin or some kind of a. It's obvious that Timothy took his identification or was given his identification because
Eric.
Because when he scans in and he goes everywhere, he's identified as Amos, legally. And so he basically took this man's identity. And so whatever it is, it's really deep. And so
see, Eric told him, he said, "Don't keep playing with that ID because it'll come back to hit me."
Mm-hmm.
So Eric did give him that ID, and he said, "Don't be playing with that. You can get off Earth and go off forever. Get away from me."
I think he told him to leave Earth because he was still scared that he was going there to go take his stuff. Man.
You see all the stuff I got, man? You see all the stuff?
He wanted that. He thought he wanted that stuff.
Well, he says, "You killed Amos for me instead of killing me."
Mm-hmm.
So who is he going to see? Because at the end of his, of his arc in this episode, he leaves a message for Chrissy. He continues to call her Chrissy. I need you to help me do something.
So disrespectful.
Chrissy gonna be done with that in a couple of episodes.
I'm telling you, right. If things go the way I think they're going to, she ain't gonna be able to. He ain't gonna be able to call her Chrissy for much longer.
He gonna still call her Chrissy, and she gonna still let him do it.
No,
Things getting a little tight.
I'm not really sure about that relationship, about who this original Amos was. It's a mystery. But the one thing about The Expanse that I've seen is that they're not scared to leave some plot holes kind of open out there. Yeah. This seems like one of those things that I don't think they're going to concentrate as much on. But it all depends on what happens in future episodes. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Because you got to deal with them dang crazy belters, man. They are nuts.
Man.
So this episode, we also are introduced to some new characters in Tycho.
Tycho Station.
The chief engineer at Tycho Station is Sakai, played by Bahia Watson. So Marcus, I think he knows who she is. I don't think that anybody else does.
I'm not sure that I recall who she is off the top of my
head. Who is she?
She was in Discovery last season.
Yes, I remember who she is. Because she was in Discovery.
I mean, she can talk that belter talk good, man. She feels, I feel like she's in that world. That's what I love about The Expanse. Really, you can feel like you're there.
That's kind of how she just sounds.
That's how she kind of sounds.
I don't think that's too far from her actual.
But you know what? I'm gonna say it this way. The folks with The Expanse, the showrunners there, are gonna do much more with her character than they ever did with her on Discovery. I'm just gonna say it that way. And just watch the next episode and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
I am certain of that.
Next two episodes.
Yep.
They don't introduce folks for no reason at all. She was an entity that was tormenting Tilly in season 2 of Discovery.
Tilly needs to be kept tormented,
And she speaks with sort of a patois anyway.
Okay.
So I don't think it's that far for her.
Well, she's going to be happy that she joined the right show.
Yes.
What?
Yep.
I don't know why y'all come for me like this.
Oh, Marcus, wait till the next section, Marcus. Wait till the next section, Marcus.
All right, we waiting.
So this is also the episode where, and I think we said it last time, but this was the episode where James Holden gets the message from Monica Stewart. She's a reporter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That she has some information about people trying to get the proto-molecule, and she wants to expose it.
Now, this is the thing about Holden that drives me crazy.
Oh, Lord.
This is the same lady that almost got him killed because she went on this ship a couple of seasons ago and was telling all their business, and one of her crew was sending messages back to people and stuff like that. And here come Holden trusting this lady again.
No, he tried to fight it. He tried, the whole way he tried to fight it. Said, "No, I'm not gonna do it." They said, "Oh,
2.5 seconds."
I know, right?
He said he's going to talk to her. I'm like, "Come on, Holden, leave her alone. She got a robotic eye. She got the eye."
The things he knows about her character is she's looking for the truth.
Yeah, but but can't she be trusted? She can't be trusted. That's the thing. Holden trusts people way too much, man.
Holden knows she wasn't lying to him though. She's looking for something, and he's like, "That's a real problem, actually."
The way he handled the way he handled her in the ramen bar is how he should have handled her the rest of the episode.
That's pretty much what he.
Leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Yo.
He tried for 2.5 seconds.
He tried real hard. He really did. He was like, "I don't need to get involved with this." Wait a minute. Yes, I do.
And him getting involved is basically going to save her life.
He getting all he going to find Fred. I'm like, oh Lord, here you go. Fred probably said, "Here you come again, man. What did we tell you?
Why you always round here, man?
Didn't we tell you? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the monocle, whatever that the alien stuff. Don't worry about all that. Just sit down. Go on, we got it."
Well, I'll say this about Holden. I'll say this one thing, because he's the one person who does know how bad that stuff really can be.
Yeah,
and like I think he said it before. He said it in the past. Everybody who's touched that stuff, bad things have happened. Yes. So, you know, I give him that part. I give him that part. But all that got to save everybody, man. Monica
didn't even get to touch it, and it's messing up her whole life.
That's just because she being nosy. She stopped being. I know she's a reporter and she's looking for the truth, but
journalist.
I know, but you know what? I still kind of question her motives, man. I still question her motives somewhat. But if she's actually looking for the
space
truth,
Pulitzer, I don't know.
but that's self-serving though, right? If she's looking for an award for herself, that's self-serving. That's self-serving.
But see, you know, she got the little sneaky eye and stuff, and not telling nobody. So I don't trust her. I don't, you know.
Some people just like to know things. It's helpful.
We call that being nosy.
That's nosy. We know it. We know it.
We call that being nosy.
You know.
I will say the one thing I love about Fred, played by Chad Coleman from The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
I won't say where else he's from. But anyway, I love the fact that he enunciates his words.
Yes, he does.
So crisply. I love that. It's a little thing.
You mean from The Wire?
The Walking
Dead. What
Dead.
you mean from The Wire?
The Orville, actually. The Orville.
And the Orville, right.
I don't know why we're still doing this. Why are we still doing this? What's the new rule? The new rule is if you were on The Wire, that is your highest credit.
He's doing a good job on the Expanse.
Yes, he is.
He's been doing a good job on The Expanse, I think, since he's been on that show. Yeah. I think so. So I think he's very well cast in that show.
And he's trying to hold it down and try to keep the Belters for real. But you got that little crazy sect out there, the Belters acting a dang fool.
Marcus.
Seriously.
Marcus, yeah.
Marcus, boy. Whew, that
must be that Marcus name. I got a brother named Marcus. He crazy too. Must be some Marcuses.
Marcuses, man.
You see that look I'm getting? Let me look outside my front door.
Oh my God. So we also check in on this episode with Alpha Sarala and her daughter. Have we ever seen her daughter before?
No.
I don't think so.
No, that's first. Yeah.
And I think the whole point of that interaction was, Dad wants you to come home. That's it.
I can't.
I don't. Well, I think her dad. I think her husband is scared of Chris. I think it's a lot of guys that are very intimidated that a lady has that much power and that much. Look, hey, there's a lot of them that like that in that show. They misunderestimate her.
Yeah,
but she always comes out being the one that's right.
You see that Pope General? He getting just torn around. He just getting tossed around by her.
Yeah,
he's an admiral.
And get tossed around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's one of those kind of individuals that in that kind of an environment she excels because she thinks in that mindset. She's got a really good thought process for the politics and the nuances of politics and stuff. So she excels in that arena.
Yeah. She's very much big picture.
Mm-hmm.
She is.
And she's 10 steps ahead. Even when it looks like she's behind, she's probably 10 steps ahead.
She's been 10. Shoot, let me hush.
And that's gonna help her in the future.
Don't say anything else.
At this point in the show, she's out of power, and just kind of they have her like quarantined. Basically, it's just like
She-
keep her away from the decision making, but keep her close so we know what the heck she's doing.
She's like what you would do to a high-ranking government official who had a lot of power, and you send them to some remote weather station in Alaska somewhere and tell them to go away. That's what's happened to her. Yeah. But she still got it. She's still tough. She's still tough.
I think they're trying to make her gracefully retire, and she's just not about that. She's like, as long as I got a phone number and I'm still in government.
I got a phone number.
We got phone numbers.
You can't get rid of me.
No. She's one of my faves. Yeah. She's one of my faves on the show.
She's an amazing actress.
She is.
Truly.
Last person or couple of people in this episode are Bobby and Alex.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Which one is more
Alex,
mixed up?
Man. Alex, that is there.
Is there
what
a
is
nomination
Alex doing in this episode? I don't remember.
Is there a nomination for clueless individual on the show? Because Alex, he's not holding up Alex's very well. Because the most of the Alex's I know, we ain't clueless. Clueless. That dude clueless.
Man. Oh my Lord.
He don't know when people don't like him.
Why did Bobby tell him anything?
I don't know, man.
He just cussed him out and said, I don't like you, get out. Now, get out.
Is this the episode where Bobby showed him everything? Like, here's what I'm dealing with.
Yes.
Here's what I'm dealing with. This how come I don't got time for you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go to the police.
Go to the police. She's like, what's part of it?
Are you looking at these weapons? Where you think they got them?
Yeah, at this point, I think Alex is there just for some comic relief.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like helping the audience through their questions.
Oh, that Admiral would never do that. He's got dust in his veins.
He's like, yeah, really? Yeah, he's a real stand-up guy. Yeah, I know who you are. You're the guy that's a Martian freighter and you're flying it around. You don't deserve to be here. He's like, where did that come from? Man, come on, man. Everybody knew where that come from, man. Shoot.
And as far as Alex is concerned, it's like, yep, that's my guy. See, he'll never sell out Mars.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. I mean, I did. I barely sold out Mars, and he don't like me. So
he's very clueless. He don't know when to get a clue. He just don't know when to get a clue. Clueless. You know. So
what about everything? Like, he doesn't know what Bobby's doing. He doesn't know what his whole family's doing.
Yeah.
So and Bobby trusted him though, but hey, that's her friend.
And she knew that she shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's why they when she was working out and she looked back at him and it was like a long pause and she her thinking,
you're like, Alex, man,
should I tell him?
Yeah, he's definitely the most clueless person in the whole doggone ship. He clueless. He just clueless.
And then he walks in there. Are you selling these weapons? Like, really, dude? Really?
But I'll tell you this: the dude can fly. That's probably why they just keep him around.
Yeah,
he's the best pilot out there. So
he can fly.
He can fly.
You have an entire character that's a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, he's horrible. He's horrible.
Can't now,
fight, don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Just tripping into every situation.
And the guy that played Cass Anvar, I've only seen him on one other show, and that was The Strain, and he played an additional clueless character on The Strain as well. Like, man, he's cornered the market on clueless people. So
wasn't he on How to Get Away with Murder for a minute?
I don't know. I don't know. Was he?
No, I have to go look.
I don't know. All I know is he won't be on very many other things.
Yeah, he's not Cass Anwar.
He's done several things.
Yeah, he's done a few things.
I don't actually know about these things, but okay.
Yeah,
they involve women.
Yep, he was on 4 episodes of How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah. All right, final thoughts about season 5, episode 2 of The Expanse.
Very good.
Churn.
Nice setup. It was a good setup for the next 2. It was a good setup for the next 2.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about all of this Expanse and put it back together. Do this one at a time.
When Jay get caught up.
Yeah, when Jay gets caught up.
No,
They got to get caught up.
Right, we're doing one episode at a time.
All right.
She told us she's gonna be caught up tomorrow, Marcus. She said she's gonna be caught up tomorrow.
Anyway, any other
I
final
need these
thoughts?
people to come back together on a ship and do stuff, but you know, 'cause it's kind of hard to follow 5 storylines at once.
You're still going to be following
They're
5
beautiful,
storylines.
wonderful storylines, but you know,
I don't know, but I
see episode 4, we still gonna be doing separate storylines.
You're gonna see
crazy.
them. You're gonna. I foresee that you're gonna see them apart for a good chunk of this season.
Yeah, you are.
Yep,
you are.
They only have 1 season left.
Because
yeah, they only got 1 season left.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. It depends on how this season does, and I think that's one of the reasons.
Said there's only 1 season left.
Well,
I mean that's what they say, but Jeff Bezos has $200 billion.
I know, right?
And
he loves that
it's
show.
his favorite show. So
hey,
if he wants more,
Sci-Fi was dumb enough to let the show go to one of the richest men in the world. So
they announced that there are 2 more seasons, so 5 and 6, and then no more after 6 before this one ever dropped. So
yeah, but they said the same thing about Man in the High Castle, and that show went for like what 5 seasons, 6 seasons, something like that.
Yeah.
So after season 3, that show was gone, and
you still got books out there. There's still books. They still have
Revenge of the Sith was supposed to be the last Star Wars movie they ever made.
Oh, you want to come there, Marcus?
I'm just saying. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a final answer if you start making money. They're like, all right, well, I guess we're just gonna keep making these.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it.
Get your shots in now, Marcus. Get your shots.
Oh my god!
I will say for both episodes 1 and 2 of The Expanse, you can definitely see the production value has gone up tremendously.
Yes.
With special effects. Obviously, less censoring, all that kind of stuff, because they ain't on the network no more. I think in season 4 they were like, we won't want to test it too much. But in season 5 they were like, we about to throw some money at this. So
they did.
Yep.
All right. So your final score for this episode only, 1 through 5, 5 being the highest. Start with Mick.
4.
That it?
That's it. I mean, it's just an impressive story. It sets up the rest of the 2 next episodes. And I mean, it's wonderful storytelling. That's all I can say. It's just wonderful storytelling. It gets you involved into the world and lets you stay there. And I love it. I do love it.
Great. Alex?
I give it a 4 as well. Only because I enjoyed one of the reasons why is because I enjoy watching Timothy beat old boy down in the street.
Timmy Turner.
Timmy was beating old boy, beating him like a redheaded stepchild. But no, I like. The reason I give it a 4 is because if you look at the next episode, which we'll talk about another time, it just transitions really well into the next episode. So it sets everything up perfectly.
Yeah.
All right. Scott?
22. I didn't watch the episode, so I am rating it as a soul trapped in the great before with a dim.
Stop. I knew you were going there. I knew it. And I didn't even want to.
Marcus?
I'm also going to give it a 4. Amos and Christian are my favorite characters, and this one focused a lot on Amos, and it's just a good episode. It was.
It is.
Yeah.
I'll say this: if they kill off Amos, I'm stopping watching. That's my dude. He's like the Daryl. Is like, look, if he dies, it's it. It's over. It's over for me.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Well, I gave it a 5.
Whoa.
Because Timmy Turner is my favorite character.
Timmy.
I'm just going to call him Timmy Turner.
Timmy.
And that was it. It was a good episode. And you saw a lot. you saw him, pieces of him from before when we first meet him in the first couple of seasons, and how he has changed. And even Eric says, man, you changed.
Yeah,
what
he
happened?
Did say that. Yeah, he did say that. Because you would have came in here and beat me down, but you ain't, So yeah.
I also like that he took a drink and he was like, that's good. And then took the bottle.
Took the whole bottle.
Yeah, took the whole bottle. He's like, he didn't even ask. He's like, can I take this? He's like,
no, he just took the bottle.
I think he was telling him, like, look, I may have changed, but I'm still the same dude inside. So watch out. He's like, don't
I may
get it
not
twisted.
be here for all your stuff, but I will take this just to let you know that.
and the relief that homeboy had, he was like, this is just about an apartment. Oh man, he can have it. Please take it.
Yeah, he can stay.
Take it.
That's it. Oh yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, just take the apartment, please.
Yeah, it was good. It was really, really good.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we are done talking about the Expanse.
One other thing. I think is it the was it? No, it was another episode. I'm sorry. No, it was right when he was talking to Christy and was saying, hey, I need to see somebody. Was it in the background that a shuttle went off? In the background,
yeah.
I have to go. Yeah.
And that showed how the Earth is being abandoned, and I thought that was. I mean, it's just storytelling out the kazoo, man.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I loved it.
But it was still a realistic looking Baltimore.
Yeah, a futuristic Baltimore that's on the downslope. It's going down.
I think the reason, and I think I think what's happening is that the rings opening up is causing people to leave, but it's going to have a different purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's going to have a different purpose. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Alex, for joining today. And we will see you.
Yes, because y'all about to talk about discovery. What's about to happen?
Prospect, get out.
Hey, if you really want to talk about real storytelling, I'm always here for the experience.
All right, Alex. So we will see you another day. Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.
May the force be with you.
He's gone.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh Lord Jesus.
What?
Oh Lord Jesus. Here we go.
Star Trek season 3, episode 11. Sukal.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
First of all, I would just like to say, I told y'all Saru was gonna lose his job.
No, he hasn't lost it yet. He hasn't lost it yet.
You said yet.
Yet. He's gonna lose it because he's losing his mind, but he's gonna lose it.
I told you.
He's not losing his mind. He's just a little.
He's caught up
right now.
He's caught up. He's caught
not
up.
The captain.
He's
caught
the
up.
captain.
He's not captain material.
He's caught up.
He starts off this episode not giving up information that could have been valuable information.
True.
Because he said those marks on her forehead, those were not radiation burns. She was pregnant. Now, don't you think that was vital information that they should have?
Very vital. Very vital.
I mean, what could they do with that information? That was 100 and some odd years ago.
Listen, Marcus, it's vital.
I think he could have told the Admiral, but did he need to tell everybody else? I don't know. It's just sad, really. If you think the child is dead.
So, they get a distress signal from inside the whatever.
The planet.
The Verubin Nebula.
He says that woman was pregnant. That must be the child. We got to go save the child.
Mm-hmm.
Who did he ask before he took off?
I don't believe he asked anyone.
Yeah.
Just
He said, I gotta go now.
Right. Every other time he'd been like, Admiral, so there's a situation. Mm-hmm. Every time it was Burnham.
Honestly,
I gotta make a phone call.
If you're like, hey Admiral, we have identified the source of the burn, and we think there might be a Federation survivor. Do you think we can go? Be like, why'd you waste calling me? You wasting your minutes. Just go.
So this is like the third time this season where they have used the device of someone encountering their species and then dropping off the map, right? Now, Saru hasn't dropped off the map yet, but I think there's a 50-50 shot that that's what's coming because they can't take the space baby with them, right? And they're not going to kill the space baby. And so I could imagine a scenario under which Saru somehow ends up with the space baby somewhere else. But I'm a little tired of this trope, right? Of this thing where a crew member encounters their species, which they have not encountered in some time, and then, got to go, right? So, like, as a matter of fact, we just saw this essentially in the last episode, right? So, where they lost a crew member to their original place in the universe. But we've seen this a few times now.
I'm with you, but like they've jumped 900 years in the future. They've all lost their families. Anybody that looks familiar, you're like, all right, this is my exit. Okay, I'll see y'all later. I do think.
But is this like the last season for this show?
Oh, I think this is the last season for Saru, and it scares me because that's like I like Saru. I like Saru a lot, but this episode.
He's going bye-bye.
This episode, I think they might. I mean, honestly. That child is too dangerous to live, so if they need to put him down...
down.
Now, you're going to tell me the burn, he is the source...
We're going to get to that.
Oh, God. I'm just like, really? Really?
Whack.
Really? I'm like, Discovery, I was with you. I supported you. And you did this? And then they run around trying to say, where is he? Is he over here? Is he over? I'm like, oh my Lord, oh Lord. Kirk would beat them all down right now. Kirk would beat them. Kirk would beat him.
What else is happening at the start of this episode?
Oh, Lord.
Thank God there are black people to save them. Because Saru cannot make a decision.
But then he put Tally in, oh Lord Jesus, put her in charge. Oh, she's gonna be captain, Lord Jesus. She's gonna be captain.
You knew that the moment
I know.
They made her acting captain.
I know. Oh Lord, Picard, all the captains would be so mad right now with her. With her.
I mean, it's a pretty trash decision all around. Like, she's clearly not captain material, right? Like, this whole show is way too emotional for me for Star Trek, right? Like, there's just way too many feelings all around this show. And this episode had that all cranked up to 10, right? Before any of the action really got started, we've got a despondent ghost situation. We've got the two lovers parting ways because one's going to redshirt. We've got, we've got Tilly falling apart, all over Burnham. I mean, it's just, and then Book and Mike, it's just the whole, I'm just like, the emotions.
I do have to agree with you that everybody was just a little too into their feelings. They're like, why are Culber and Stamets like this about an away mission?
Right.
Away mission.
We've done away missions before.
Yes.
Right. That pissed me off.
I mean, it'd be different if any of these emotions were new. But this is all ground that we've already trod, right? Multiple times. And at least in one of these cases, multiple seasons. So I don't know that we need to
But homie told you can't go. You just can't go. Like, really? He's a Starfleet. He's a Starfleet Navy officer. He gonna go when he needs to go. You can't just say, "Oh no, you can't go." Come on, man. Come on.
And there would not have been a conversation about it. It's like, "Oh, I gotta go.
Right.
Deuces.
I'll see you when I see you.
Take care." Yeah, that would have been it.
This ship is no longer a military operation. This is officially a soap opera on engines, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
I mean,
seriously,
when you're captain, just touch underneath the the thing and get the nub and touch it so you can be in the moment. Really, did Kirk ever touch anything? Well, he touched some people, but did he touch anything?
No, Kirk put his hands on things.
He put his hands on things.
Put his hands on things.
But did Picard ever say, he touches stuff? He said, number one, get it done. No, come on now.
Yeah.
Did Cisco ever touch anything? Cisco got it done.
Next Generation had a psychiatrist on deck. She didn't have to do nothing.
All of those
Troy
captains
didn't do nothing.
All those captains just operate differently. Oh. They are action first, and if they have any doubts, you'll never see them.
Yes, they were all action. Even with Captain Janeway, I mean, she was for real.
Let me be clear. I'm not making a case for action. I'm making a case for science, okay? I need these people to act like space scientists because that's what they are.
Or military scientists.
Military, yeah.
Because, I love Discovery. I love Discovery. I love it. But this was wrong all the way through.
But the one thing I can say about all the Starfleet captains, they always went by the prime directive first. All of them. And maybe Kirk went kind of sideways around it sometimes, but they always believed in the prime directive. Then they got to the action.
More directives than he followed.
Leave Kirk alone. I love that man. I love him. I love that man. He was for real. He was for real.
Never followed a directive.
But okay, the Cosmonautic Maru that he messed up, he cheated on. Okay, that's Kirk. But anyway, yeah, that's Kirk. Let him know. That's the man. That's the man. He cheated. Okay, yeah. But he still believed in the prime directive, though. He still believed in it.
You don't have the Star Trek universe without Kirk.
You don't have it. But
he never saw a rule that he didn't want to break.
Sure.
But he wasn't gonna be like all timid and stuff. Like these folk were they timid.
Everybody on this ship needs. Yeah, I mean, this was even a plot point. Everybody on this ship needs therapy.
Man,
I don't know that any of these people would have passed a test that would qualify, which is my main problem with Tilly. Like she wouldn't even pass a psychological test to get on a starship.
Tilly would never be on any one of those other starships in any one of those other series. Not at all.
She might be a bartender in Deep Space Nine.
Yes. Yes. Maybe. And Cisco, and no, who is that? The guy who owned the bartender, huh?
Quark
would have fired her butt. He would have fired her. He said, "You gotta get on out of here. Get on out of here. You messing with my customers. Look, get on out of here."
Crying in the Romulan ale. Yeah, don't nobody want to.
Get on out of here.
Come on.
Losing
when
my
Tilly
money.
is on the bridge, she's better than she is in her quarters talking to Burnham.
She's unfit to be on the starship.
Ugh. She's on stage when she's on the bridge. And that's the way all the captains are. They're forthright. They're telling you exactly what they want done, when they want it done. I know you guys don't believe in Tilly at all. I can feel that.
None at all.
Look, she had a hot 3 minutes in the chair. She had a hot 3 minutes. I'll give her that.
I got thrown out the chair. Got thrown out the chair.
Right.
Before we get to that, I think as like thin as a character Osira is, Osira versus Tilly on the view screen was actually one of the high points of this episode. I thought it was really funny.
That character gets on my nerves.
Ugh.
Which one?
The green lady.
Oh, Green Lady.
Okay.
Green Lady. Yeah. She's not really a villain. She was just like, okay, really? Okay. All right.
I'm okay with her so far. I mean, other than the fact that she's been pulling her punches until now. So it was good to see her not pull her punches anymore, so to speak, right? Like, oh, you could have just teleported people onto the ship before? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, why didn't you do that last time?
They couldn't do it until after
until it was episode 11.
The Kelpian blew all the shields. That's what happened.
Yes, Kelpian.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We got to talk about that.
Oh Lord, Jesus, Lord.
So,
oh God.
Saru's all over the place because the chain is attacking his home world. At the same time, he's going to go to the Veruban Nebula on the mission. He's self-selected, I guess. Mm-hmm. And he's leaving Tilly in charge of his ship, which... Okay. Hey, look, it's his first officer. I don't know why he's going on the mission other than that's what he's decided to do. But
then Michael all down on the... And then Michael on the planet, you know, they on the planet, and then she gonna take on this monster with a rock. She got a rock in her hand, a rock, and then drop the rock, and then run away from the monster. I'm like, oh my Lord, Jesus.
Actually, for me, I enjoyed that because
stop, Marcus.
It's truth. She's Starfleet, so at first she grabs a rock, but she's like, wait a minute. He might look terrible, but he might be okay. So let's try to talk to him first. I'm from the Federation of Planets. Let's reason this out. Like, and then she has to run because, like, holy crap! Not interested in the conversation. Okay, we'll have a different conversation later.
Run and then fall.
I will say that the apparition or whatever it is was pretty dope looking.
It was.
I mean, I don't know what its purpose is, but it was dope looking.
It's the fear manifest from the child's mind.
Yes,
is it?
Yes, it is. It's from an old wise tale from his old story from their planet, and that's the fear. And oh my God, Jesus.
They had a lot of interesting things happening in this episode. So as soon as they beam down, what is it? Burnham's a Trill, Culber is a Bajoran.
Yes.
And Saru is human, and you finally see Doug Jones without any makeup. And
you see him. Yeah,
that's what that guy looks like.
I mean, but those changes were practically unnecessary, right? Yeah. So, for instance, if the program, assuming that the program works this way, if the program that kind of runs the environment in this space is aware of humans, which it clearly is, then why would you change the appearance of a human, right? And why would you change Saru's appearance at all?
Yeah.
Because he hasn't seen any other Kelpians other than his mother, and you don't want to necessarily...
Wouldn't it be in his interest to see another Kelpian?
Maybe eventually.
I mean, he saw the Elder program, so he knows what another Kelpian looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it really was just a thin reason for them to show Doug Jones without the makeup.
Clearly!
And the only reason to do that comes to my mind is they're going to kill off the character, and that makes me very happy. They're like, well, since you're gone anyway, let's everybody see what you look like before we end your relationship with the show. I'm like, oh.
Although I did enjoy seeing Culber as a Bajoran.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do have questions. Discovery is from 900 years in the past. They didn't even have a holodeck. But now they're familiar with the holodecks and Bajorans, and they just happen off camera sometimes. They just know what it's like to be in a holodeck program now. Is there a holodeck on Discovery now? When they did the
it has to be one on Discovery now.
Well, does there have to be one?
But I don't know if they have.
Well, there was one on the Enterprise, wasn't it?
Yes,
No,
but not the Discovery era Enterprise. No,
there was not.
It came in with Next Gen.
That was Next Gen.
Everything else has had it.
Oh, they just went down to the places. They went back in time.
And then the minute when they introduced that whole concept, I was livid.
I mean, here's my thing:
record.
if Discovery, the ship, has a holodeck, they should be using that for therapy right now. Like, everybody,
right now.
Did you get your holodeck time? Because you all damaged.
So now,
whose turn is it?
Now, is the whole planet made of dilithium crystals?
Yeah.
The whole planet.
Well, there's like, it has like a dilithium core or something. Yeah.
You've never seen the planet because all we've seen of it is the holodeck program. So who knows what it's made of? But they spend a lot of this episode
bad ideas,
padding out Kelpian culture since the jump, and it's kind of interesting.
And then
but
chasing around this boy, man, or whatever, all over the place, chasing him.
He's 100 and how many years old? 150 years.
However long the burn is, apparently.
Because he caused
it. All right.
Oh my God!
Clearly, what we're driving at is that his birth probably caused the burn, whatever that means, and
or his mother's death.
I guess I don't know. Maybe, but
so he screams and he destroyed every ship known to man. Oh come on!
I hate it. I agree with you on this.
God,
as much as I have loved Discovery this season, this episode kind of just.
It's too much.
It was just ridiculous. At that point, I'm like, come on, this is not the Star Trek that I love.
I would have preferred if they had not even answered the question of what the burn was this season.
Once Kelvin destroyed.
See, I thought it was going to be like some kind of it's some kind of espionage mission of what somebody did something to. To the Federation to cause this. I thought it was something.
I wish it had been like the Romulans running an experiment.
Yeah, some kind of devious thing, but a child that gets mad and has a spasm. Come on, man. Come on.
It's an accident. It's a mistake.
Blame it on the
Nobody even
Klingon.
knew.
Yeah, Klingon. Somebody.
It could have been anything. Could have been the Federation doing an experiment and they messed up. Or anybody. Give me.
It's just sad to see that they hit a wall in this episode. They just hit a wall.
Hard.
They hit a wall.
They tried about 3 things in this episode, and the only one that I think worked is Osira taking Discovery and disappearing. You're like, well,
how you gonna let them just take it over? None of those captains that we talked about will let them ship just get taken over, and then you get thrown out of your captain's chair, just thrown out. Come on now.
It happens all the time.
I was so mad at her. She's just gonna keep calling Stamets. Stamets, what is this for? What is this for?
What is this for?
Click the button and go see where he is. You can teleport anywhere in the ship.
I'm gonna stay in this chair right now. You're not gonna take me out of this chair. Ah! Come on now. Come on. Really? Oh, come on. I
don't know why she didn't activate the self-destruct while she still had control of the ship.
That's what Spock. That's what Spock and Kirk would have did. They would have hit that.
Picard would have done it.
Picard would have done it.
Yeah.
Cisco would have done it.
I think Picard did do it. I think Picard and Captain Kirk has done that before.
Of course.
Yeah.
I told you she shouldn't have been there.
Shouldn't have been there.
There really wasn't any way around that scenario.
And now they're going to Federation headquarters, right? They're going to Federation headquarters now, right?
Possibly, but what for? What's she going to do there?
She's going to take it over.
How? You got one ship.
Yeah, she's not finna do that.
She's going to go and she's going to threaten the Federation to take their technology and whatever. And then all of the people are going to come and band together and the Federation will be together once again.
This episode was set up and not terribly satisfying setup. It's just they're getting all the pieces in place for their last 2 episodes to end the season, but as strong as the season has been, this was the weakest episode.
And then what was Booker doing?
Well, he almost got killed trying to figure out how to get to the planet in the first place.
Yeah.
Right, because Saru couldn't make a decision without his emotions taking over.
Oh, he could do it. He just thought, let's just get the ship through this. And it's like, but no, man, you can't. This isn't. No.
No.
Send that scout ship. Let him figure out how to get down there.
And then the human trio. Then the human trio went down there because she's gonna try to give him some pills to help him out.
Lord,
just
what?
That's what they gonna do.
Why did that happen? How is that allowed?
Well, they said they want to go down there.
I guess that must be what happens when you leave Tilly in charge because people make their own decisions.
But here's the thing, so somebody beams down after the original landing party. with whatever they need to do, whatever they need to do. Except that when the landing party came down there, they had no control over their appearance, over their supplies, over anything. They didn't have anything they brought with them.
They lost the little watches that told them the radiation level.
Right. And so I don't know why anybody thinks that that's going to be different this time, except that the script commands it.
Well, actually, they don't know that.
They didn't know that. They didn't know what was going on.
So maybe she gets down there and
they
don't have anything.
They were immature and just say, I'm just going to go save the day. And they're going to get caught up too. They're going to get caught up.
No, she's going to go down there and she's going to have the supply kit and she's going to be able to save them.
Nah.
Watch.
Is the system overwhelmed because of the Kelpian thing and now it's broken? Is that how that's going to...
But if this is how they're going to leave the burn, I'm like, come on. They can't do the burn like this. Oh, no.
The ship's capable of time travel. Let's just fix it.
No, the Klingon Empire is gonna come save the day. Watch and see.
I don't see that happening.
The Klingon Empire gonna come strolling in.
There's not been a hint of Klingons this season. It'd be the worst decision they could make to just have them riding in.
The Klingons in the rumblings are gonna come rumbling in.
There's nothing in Klingon history that even suggests that would be how they would operate.
Now, they did help out DS9 now.
Yeah, but they had like a lot of communication before they got there.
Yeah.
And if you want a Klingon's respect, you got to do something for them first.
Oh, man. This was disappointing, though. This was disappointing.
Yeah. All right. Any other final thoughts about this particular episode?
Scared for the next few episodes. Scared, terrified.
The next two. And I would have appreciated not having like a two-parter right after a two-parter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one looks like it's 3. I mean, it's just...
True.
I mean, this one isn't a part 1, but it's got a cliffhanger to it. And the next 2 episodes clearly are going to go together. If this episode is supposed to be standalone, introducing you to this character...
I mean, it has no resolution, so it's for all intents and purposes, it's another part 1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Marcus, what is your score for this episode?
Let me see here.
2.5.
Oh, damn! I was going to write it down first.
It is. I mean, the things that happen in this episode. The characters don't act like they're in Starfleet for the most part.
Yeah.
And I found myself, I actually paused it when Culber and Stamets are talking about going down to the planet and Stamets not wanting that to happen. I'm like, this should not be happening.
No. Not in Starfleet.
This is extremely frustrating. This is like, the missions are dangerous. They just are. If you didn't want that, don't join Starfleet.
Yes.
Have any of the other missions they've been on in the entire history of the ship been any safer?
No.
Tasha Yar died real quick.
It's like... It was frustrating a lot of the time. I did think it was neat to have Saru as a human. And still acting like the Kelpian, so it was just kind of odd to watch. But the character is not himself. So I'm not getting the Saru I love. I'm getting a damaged version.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm afraid they're going to kill him. So I'm not happy with how this is resolving. Mm-hmm. And the setup does not give me hope that they're going to land this ship the way it's supposed to. It's just... It was up until this episode a pretty strong season for Discovery, and this episode this episode hurt me.
I would agree with you. I would agree. Scott?
This has got to be It's not a 1. The question is it a 2? And I'm going to say, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of derivative stuff happening in this one. You know, the setup is a little ridiculous. You know, things are a little too conveniently bad lucky, too much feely, not enough thinky, right? So I'm going to have to give this one like a 1.5.
Oh, God. You're giving anything. It's really low.
It is. It's a pretty low score.
Nick?
Well, see, that's why you did me last. I know why you did that, you know. But, I mean, you know, you guys kept telling me, come on, give Discovery a chance. Look at it. Check it out. I did that. And I have to agree with Marcus, up until this episode, I was starting to enjoy Discovery. Especially the last 2 episodes was really fun with the Terran Empire and all that, you know, that was really cool. But then when they went to this episode, it just hit a total wall. And I'll give it a 2.0. I'll give it a 2.0, but that's all I can do. That's all, because it was disappointing. You know, I was seeing, okay, maybe Discovery might be the jam, but no. No.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Well, I also gave it a 2. Y'all know how I feel about Tilly.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. Look,
I don't feel as strongly as about
don't do the black girl wrong.
She
did her dirt. Didn't like it.
I enjoyed Tilly as captain this episode. I thought her thing with Osira was really funny, but also kind of showed how she's not quite ready for the job. Just
no. And when they called her over the intercom system, which anyway, they called her over the intercom system and they called her ensign. I was like, they didn't even change her rank. She is still an ensign?
Nope. She's still an ensign. She's first officer. Ensign Tilly. And now she's acting captain Tilly.
Well, not anymore. She's hostage.
Hostage Tilly.
Kidnapped.
She still has her rank. She's still ensign hostage Tilly.
I was the admiral.
The admiral should be very angry.
Oh, the admiral's going to be really upset when he sees what's going to show up in his backyard.
It's like, wait a minute, where have y'all been?
And she has the spore drive now? Oh, my God.
And
I knew y'all in trouble when y'all got here. I knew y'all in trouble.
And how did they find them? Plugging in that equipment. I tried to tell y'all.
You're plugging that equipment.
Hook up unfamiliar equipment to your stuff.
I think. Do you think? He's Booker is a spy.
No.
A traitor.
No, I don't think so.
They've done that to Burnham already. It's just it doesn't make it.
Yeah. No, they better not. Not
they better not do that again. If they do that again,
why'd they plug up that equipment? Why'd they plug it up?
He plugged up that equipment because he thought it was okay. Because he's naive.
How do you know he's naive? How do you know?
Because he's going to be the one that ends up saving them, and then he's going to be the ship's counselor when they bring in a whole new captain. Because Saru is about to lose his job.
Heaven forbid this show reuse a device.
Saru's not going to lose his job. Saru's going to die.
Saru's going to lose his job.
Look, a corpse doesn't have a job. They're going to kill him. It's going to make him
it all comes down to what they're going to do with the space baby. All right. If the space baby lives, Saru got to take care of it. If the space baby dies or evaporates into some burn energy or whatever happens to it, then maybe, we get to keep Saru, maybe.
Okay, you're the admiral. You find out one Kelpian caused the burn and destroyed everything.
Kill it.
And you know where that Kelpian is. Mm-hmm. And he's with your other Kelpian. It's been a little bit unreliable.
Mm-hmm. Kill it.
The words, fire the photon torpedoes.
Everything.
Burn it from space. It's the only way to be sure.
Kill it.
Yeah.
Is definitely what's happening.
But Wilson Cruz got to get off that planet first. Because we can't lose Culber, too.
I sincerely hope they're not trying to get rid of Cobra too. But that's who knows what they show at this point.
But they're getting the radiation's killing them though. The radiation's killing them because he said if you come back in a day, we're gone.
Right. There was one moment that I did like when Book comes back and he's in the medical bay and the black duck. Why are you rolling your eyes? The medical doctor and Michael have this moment of blackness. I appreciated that.
Really? Are we gonna go there? We're gonna go
I just said I liked it. I gave the episode a 2. I can have one moment.
Well, on Star Wars, I had moments of Mandalorian. That's what I had. I had moments of Mandalorian.
I'm wearing a Star Wars
I didn't
t-shirt.
need no blackness. I had Mandalorian. Yeah.
I will say that Book with the space cat is yet another example of them attaching emotion where I don't need it. Right? It's just like I don't need my space pirate to also be an animal lover. I don't need this. I do not require this. I did not ask for this.
Han Solo didn't have a pet. He didn't have a pet.
Right. I'm sorry. Is Chewbacca just not?
Hey,
okay.
don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't you do that.
Oh my god.
Don't you do that.
I'm just saying.
Sir.
Oh my god. Okay.
Chewbacca rip her arm off. You call him a pet.
Anyway.
He wasn't a pet.
All right. Any other final thoughts before we for the night?
That's all you can do is just go. This
episode was in its feelings, and I hope next episode is more action and a lot of it.
More reason.
They gotta fix this.
Yeah. They gotta fix the burn thing. They gotta fix the burn thing.
It's too late to fix the burn. It's too late. This is the narrative they've chosen, and I'm hoping there's a way out of it.
Oh,
I don't know.
God. Oh, that was bad.
It's a weak narrative choice to make this the burn.
This has been a really bad week for media.
Yeah.
Right? Like between this episode, Wonder Woman, The Stand is also horrible right now. I mean,
I can't even go near The Stand. I can't even do
this. Has just been a really bad week for entertainment.
We still have The Expanse, though. Right. Still have The Expanse.
I've been good. I'm watching Bridgerton. Anyway.
Oh, my Lord. Not Bridgerton. Brigadoon. She watching Brigadoon.
Bridgerton.
She watching Brigadoon.
No, Brigadoon.
She watching Downtown Abbey.
It is not.
That's my name for it. Downtown Abbey.
Downtown Abbey.
Moving on up to the east
in the hood Abbey. That's in the hood Abbey.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Shondaland, baby. Shondaland.
Anyway.
I can't do Shonda stuff, man. I can't do. Look, y'all do shows about that. I'll be watching from the crib.
They are. They go do something.
Okay. We are going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. All right, Marcus, where can people find you?
In a puddle of tears.
God.
I'm currently in the brig, awaiting next week, hoping I get out of there. No, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at Marcus Ross and at Waterbear Games. It's our board game company.
Okay. Scott.
You can find me on Twitter under Scott Wood Says. You can find me on Facebook pretty easily. You can find me on Instagram under Scott Woods Rules. And you can find some of my writing on my blog under scottwoodswrites.net.
Because his name is Scott Woods?
Yes, that's very clear brand.
Mick.
As a proud son of Mandalore.
Lord.
A proud son of Mandalore.
Why am I here?
This is how I felt last night.
A proud son of Mandalore. You can find me and my beautiful wife, Starla Fitch, on Our Family Plays Games, as we talk about all things board games and talk about getting families into board games and also people of color playing board games. You can find us on all the social media. Huh? What, did it mess me up or something?
You cut out.
Yeah,
it cut out for a minute.
But you're good.
Find us, Our Family Plays Games. Find us. We're on the YouTube, all the social media, everywhere. So just find us and find out about games and all the good stuff about that. As a proud son of Mandalore.
The House of Afros, Capes and Curls, everything. House AfroCon on IG. I don't know. afroscapescurls.com. We do have a 2020 review coming January 3rd, where we will have a special guest. And most of the crew, I think, is coming for that. So that's something to look out for. And we've got a lot of things coming in January. So we'll talk more about that, I guess, next week, because next week is January. Oh, my God. Ooh, so Happy New Year?
Yeah. Wow. Happy New Year. Going in 2021. 2021.
I don't know about happy. I was going to be like, it's a new year.
We're going to sport drive into that one.
I will be happy when I get my shots.
I want my shot.
I just want to find out what the cause of the burn was in 2020.
All right. We will continue providing a safe space for everyone to like and love all of the things that they do and that they see and that they watch. And we all have different and varied opinions about things.
Marcus,
yes, we do, Jade. Yes, we do.
Wait, what?
But
I was asking Marcus if he felt safe.
He does.
Only one of y'all got my address.
Yes, this is a safe space.
The same town. And that Mark 5 will give up. That Mark 5 will give up information.
On that note, Happy New Year. Live long and prosper.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.